Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Network for You. We welcome you all to our CCNP series. If you remember, we are discussing the OSPF. So let me show you some syllabus which we are going to cover in the OSPF as we are planning to do the topic for, let me show you here, see here. So we will do one lab for the multi-area. So with that one you will have idea, so you will easily understand the OSPF path selection. Okay, if I teach you this path selection now directly, maybe you will have confusion because in CCA NA we have only single area, not the multiple area. So now we are going to do one lab for multiple area. Okay, if you see here we have multiple area, so we are going to cover now this multiple area lab. Okay, this one. So what I will do here, let me take some router. I am doing in the EVNG. You can do anywhere wherever you want. Let me take this router. Okay, I will take this router, 3 router. Let me take 3 router. I will give name as R1 and the quantity I will take 3. Let me increase the RAM this one to 512 KB. Okay, and this all the remaining thing is okay, no issue. Later if we want we can change. So now let me take, this is a 3 router, so we are going to do the lab, that is multi-area lab. So I will take this one E0 by 0, this one, and here also E0 by 0. Now let me give the IP schema here, so you will have the more idea about the IP schema. Or if you want we can increase the interface also. Let's see here, we can increase the interface or take the other router. Let me check. If we take the other router, maybe this one, here we have the interface slot we have. So let me take this router instead of this one. Let me remove this one, delete this all and take this one. So let me delete this and make 3. Okay, so what I am doing, I am taking this router, this one, quantity 3, and the name will be R. And if you see, this will take the RAM 5 to, I will increase 512. Okay, and remaining thing is okay. Okay, what happened? Something wrong. Let me take again. Here this is the R. Here is the quantity 3. Okay, and here your wish, you can take or keep the same. And here slot, I will take this slot, I will take this 2 slot. Okay, so now we have the router. Let me connect from here to here. This is F0 by 0, F0 by 0, and I have another router. Let me take this one and connect here also. So here interface all are okay. Let me move here this one. Now we will do the IP schema. We will take what IP we will take here. Okay, so here let me write the IP address. I will give here 192.168.12.0/24. This we will take here. Let me make this bold and change this color to blue. Okay, so this one will be here. I will make this duplicate and this will be here, and in this place we will take this, instead of the 12 we will take this 24. Your wish, you can take anything. I am using this one because this is R2 and R3, so I am using 23. Let me make this one as a 23. Okay, so this will be 23, and here I will create some loop back, so you will have the multi area. So we will play with this one. So now I will take the loop back 0. Loop back 0, I will take 1.1.1.1. okay, this one I will take now. So let's start the configuration of this one. I will start this router. If you want to start, just double here start, again go here start, again go here start. So this router will start. Okay, R3 also started here. Okay, if you want to take the console, we will click this one and open this one, and we will this R1 is starting. Let me start the R2 also. R2 is also starting. Let me start the R3. So all 3 are going to load. Meanwhile we can take the notepad and do the basic configuration whatever we are planning to do now. So what I will do here, let me write the lab name, multi-area OSPF lab. Okay, multi-area OSPF lab. So I will write here R1 configuration, R1 configuration. Okay, so your configuration. So same thing what we do before, host name R1, I will assign the IP address interface F0 by 0. We have F0 by 0 or F0 by 1. Let's see what we have. Till they start, we will do the other thing. This is 0 by 0, 0 by 0. So let me write here 0 by 0. I will write one interface F0 by 0 IP address 192.168.12.1 space 255.255.255.0. no shut. This one I think you know this already, right? Other one I will create interface loopback 0 and I will give IP address. I am giving 1.1.1.1 255.0.0.0. Okay, this is IP address for this router. Now let me do for the other router. I will copy this one. I will go here and let me divide the page here. I will do the configuration. I will change this is the R2 and this will be the interface F0 by 0 and this should be 2. Okay, and let me copy from here to here and again paste here and make some changes. I will change this F0 by 1 and this will be 23. Okay, this one I am saying 23.1. okay, and for the router 3 I will copy from here to here and I will go here, I will paste here. I will change this one as a R3. okay, and this is also R3 and here will be, we have only one interface 0 by 0. You have 23.2 and this one we don't have. Okay, try to check everything is good or anything incorrect. This router is still taking time. Let it be load. Meanwhile we will do the configuration. Okay, so configuration we will do the OSPF. So what I will do here, I will create the area 0 for this one. Let me make this custom shape. I will take this color as any other color and here I will take like a circular. I will make this one here. Okay, so this is the area 0. From here to here is area 0. Let me move this more. Okay, so you can see from here to here is area 0, or let me take this from here to here area 0 and this should be area 1. Okay, let me duplicate and keep this here separate. So here will be area, let me make duplicate this one. Here will be area 0. Okay, and here will be, we will keep the other area 1 here. So area 0 and area 1. Okay, till here let's see router is starting or not. What issue we have in this router, why this is not working. So if you see that router is having issue, so I changed the router. So now I have the E0 by 0. Okay, Ethernet port. So I will change this in the configuration. Here also E0 by 0 and in this place for the router 3 this is also E0 by 0 and here this will be E0 by 1. Okay, all remaining configuration is same and now we need to configure the OSPF. So if you remember OSPF, how we will configure, we will write router OSPF1. Okay, and then I will go to the interface, which interface I want to put. I will write interface E0 by 0. This is the interface. Okay, I want to put this interface E0 by 0. After that we will write IP OSPF 1 area 0 because this one is in area 0. So this interface E0 by 0 I put in area 0. Okay, and the loop back 0 I will not put, later we will see that one. Okay, I am going to do redistribution, so we are going to do that one. So this is a configuration for R1, and I will do similar here in R2. I want to put this two interface, so E0 by 0 I will do, and then I will paste in E0 by 1. Okay, this is a E0 by 1 here, if you see E0 by 1, and same thing we will write this one, and we will verify the area. This one, this interface is in area 1 here, so I will change this to area 1. Okay, this is a area 1 and this is a area 0. Now we need to do the configuration, so I will copy this one first of all, router OSPF1. I will paste this here, and I will copy this thing and I will paste here. I will change this as E0 by 0. Understand, or any confusion? See here, whenever you want to write the OSPF configuration, you will write router OSPF, whatever process ID you want to use that one. Here we are using 1, so I write 1 here. Okay, and this is the interface. I want to apply this interface in OSPF, so I wrote like this. Then I will do IP OSPF1, because this is a process ID, we need to write same process ID, and then area is what, this one. Okay, so now we will paste the configuration in the router. So I will copy this configuration for R1, and I will go in here in the R1, and I will paste the configuration in the R1. Okay, so let me paste, all configuration is good, no error. Okay, now I will go for R2 configuration. Let me copy the R2 configuration here. I will go to the here in this one, let me paste the configuration. So R2 also good, and after that I will take the R3 configuration and I will paste in the R3 router. This is a R3 router, we are going to paste in the R3 router. So let me paste the configuration in R3. We need to wait some time, then we will have the neighborship and all this detail we will monitor now. Router ID we did not assign, automatically they are going to get the router ID. Okay, so let's see here, do we have the neighborship here or not? We will write here show IP OSPF neighbor. So we have neighbor, still they are in Xstart, so it will take some time. After that we will have the neighborship. So I will write show IP root. So if you see, still now they have full. If you see this notification, this is states already we learned. So now we will verify show IP root. So we have the root. If you see, we are getting the root, this is OIA. See here, this is important because in the coming classes we are going to discuss. Before, if you remember, we have, whenever we configure, we have only O, not IA. In CCNA level, whenever we are configuring the OSPF, we are getting only O. But now here we get OIA. OIA is nothing but IA means O means OSPF, IA means inter area. Inter area means it is coming from other area. If you see here, this is the root for 192.168.23.0. I am getting this one in the R1. R1 I am getting 23.0. So this one is coming from different area, not from the same area. We are in the area 0. Okay, we are in the area 0. But R1, that is R1 is in the area 0, but this root we are getting from the different area. That's why it is coming OIA. Because if you see, this is a area 1. Okay, this is a area 1. So we can say we are getting that root from the area 1. That's why we are calling this one as a OIA. And if you want to check here, we can write show IP or show IP protocol. So it will show us the some detail. Here when we wrote the show IP protocol, here we will get the detail whatever about the protocol detail. But if you go in the R2 and if you write here show IP protocol, here you will have some detail, more detail here. If you see here what we have here, here we will have the A, here they will show ABR. If here it is not getting, yeah, here it is getting. See here, when we type the show IP protocol, see this one, when we type show IP protocol, we are getting here, it is a area border router. If you remember, we are saying area border router is the router which is making the connection between area 0 with the different area. So if you see, this is a router 2. router 2 is making the connection between the area 1 to area 0. That's why R2, that is router 2, is a ABR. Let's go in the R3 and check what routes we are getting. Show IP route. When we write the show IP route, we have the route. We are getting the route 192.168.12.0. Okay, that is this route we are getting. This route we are getting. Okay, this route. So if you observe here, we are getting this OIA because R3, because if you see here, this is a R3. Okay, this is a R3. R3 is in the area 0, but R3 is receiving the route from the area 0. See here, let me repeat, R3 is in the area 1. R3 is in the area 1, but he is receiving the route from the area 0. That's why that route is indicated with OIA. O means OSPF and IA means inter area, means coming from other area. Okay, and that router who is making this one interconnection between that one, it is known as ABR, area border router. Now we verify with the lab. This is a multi-area lab. Okay, and now if I put, if we can do two way, we can add one more router here and we can configure RIP and do what we can say redistribution. So that router will become ABR, or we can do the direct connected subnet as a OSPF, so it will also become the ABR. So let's try. I will go here in the R1, I will do config T, then I will write router OSPF 1. Okay, then we will write redistribute. If you have confusion, write question mark. You can write directly connected, means if because loopback 0 is directly connected to me. Okay, so I can write direct connect and I can do redistribution, or if anyone is example loopback 0 is having the EIGRP or the RIP, I can use that one also. But here directly connected is only there, we don't have RIP, EIGRP. So I will write here redistribution connect, and if you have confusion, write the question mark, then I will write subnet. Redistribution connect subnet. When I put this one, the loopback 0 is also going in the OSPF. Loopback 0 is also going in the OSPF, but it is treating as this is coming from the external. Why I am doing this one? To show you that these routes are coming from the external, and to show you this router is becoming as a ABR, ASBR, because we are saying a router which is connecting the different routing protocol or different routes, external route to the internal here, that router known as ASBR, Autonomous System Boundary Router. So now I done redistribution connect subnet. Now we will verify that one. Okay, so whatever is directly connected here, whatever interface, that will go inside the OSPF. So if you see, we have only one connected, and this is also one connected, but here we already configure OSPF. So this will be in the area 0, but this will be not in area 0. It is coming from external route and it will go in the OSPF. So what we can do after this one, we can check here. Let's see here, it come in the show IP route, or let me check here till they load this one, show IP route. When I put show IP route, if you see here, we are getting here E2 and this is the loopback. In R2 you are getting the route. Okay, in R2, let me explain again. See here, this is the router R1, R2, R3. This interface is in area 0, this interface is in area 0, this one is in area 1, this is also area 1. This one I did not put anywhere because I am going to treat this one as external route. Maybe we can write RIP or EIGRP, or if you want to put like a directly connected, we can put directly connected also. In real scenario, you will have the RIP or EIGRP here that is working. We will take that one, but for lab purpose I am taking this is directly connected. So we are saying this is a redistribution. So how we will do redistribution? We will go inside the router OSPF 1, then we will write redistribution connect subnet. Subnet we are writing because if we have any subnetting here, that will work properly. Subnetting also take care in this router. Okay, so when we done this one, that route will go here and it will go here, and if you see here we have E, that is OE2. If you see here where we have the E1, E2, E2, if you see here E2, we have the OSPF external type 2. So this is a OSPF external type 2. Okay, this is a OSPF external type 2. And if you see in the other router also, let me show you in other router also. Example, you want to check in the router R3, you write show IP route. Okay, here also see, here you have two routes. Okay, first one, this one is saying that OE2. Why this is OE2? Because this is coming from external, not from the area 0, not from the area 1. This is coming from external, maybe external routing protocol or any other thing. This is not from inside. This is not from the OSPF. This is coming other than OSPF. We are putting in the OSPF. Okay, so that's why E2. E2 is a OSPF external type 2. And OIA is, this is from the different area. O means OSPF, IAM is different area. Okay, and if you want to ping, you can ping that network. Now we have the route, so you can ping 1.1.1, reply is coming. Okay, reply is coming. And if you check this router R1, we will write here show IP protocol. Okay, when you write the show IP protocol, let me show you. Here you will have, let me show where we wrote this one. It is a autonomous system boundary router. It is a autonomous system boundary router. So if you remember in our theory class, we told the router which is connecting the external route or EIGRP, RIP, any other routing protocol or any external route, whatever coming, that is not in the OSPF, that is going inside OSPF, or we are doing redistribution, that one is treating, that router will become as a autonomous system boundary router. If you see, it is a autonomous system boundary router, and these routes will go in the other router as a E2. And here let's see show IP route. Here we have directly connected as a C. This is directly connected. And if you check in the other router, we have the E2. Okay, so what we can say here, it is indicated by OE2. I hope this is clear now. This is a multi-area lab. This is a multi-area lab. What we are doing in this one? In this one we configure different area, and also we bring some routes from the external. Okay, we done the redistribution. Okay, or any confusion, we have the LSA, LSA1, LSA2, LSA3, LSA4, LSA5, but now maybe you will confuse if I say LSA. And anyhow, if you see in our syllabus, we don't have, here they did not mention the LSA. LSA we are going to discuss in the NRC, not the NCore. This is the NCore. Here we don't have more detail about LSA, that is LSA1, LSA2, LSA3. So we are going to discuss this LSA in the NRC, but now you have the clear idea. Anyhow, we are going to discuss when we do the lab, like path selection. In that lab, we are going to discuss little idea about the LSA, which router is generating LSA1 and which one is LSA2, which one is generating LSA3, which one is generating LSA4 and 5. We are going to do this one, and how we can convert the LSA5 into LSA7 by using NSSA, non-SOSW area. We are going to discuss, but that is present in the NRC, not the in NCore. Anyhow, we are going to do that one also, little portion in this one, but more detail we will do in the NRC, in the other CCNP paper. Okay, so I hope now we finish this one, including multi-area, this one. So in next video we will do summarization, and we will look some more passive interface, and also load balancing. Then we will do path selection. Okay, so thank you very much for seeing our video. Subscribe to our channel, share with your friend who is interested in CCNA, CCNP and Python. Thank you. Bye.